Hello everyone, FiFi here from the UK. I think most of you will know me by now, but in case you don't, I started a Stand in the Park UK back in February this year, having got in touch with Brady, the founder of the entire movement in Australia, at the end of last year, and since then it's become huge, as you know, and we've got well over 700 stands in the UK now. So I'm here today to have a chat with my colleagues about the new Stand in the Park outreach and action programme that we've put together. So I'll hand over to you, Sam, to introduce yourself to anyone who doesn't know you.
Hello everyone, so I'm Sam. I've been working quite closely with FiFi on the UK Stand in the Park. I came on board beginning of March, and yeah, I've just been helping out where I can, and really proud to be a part of it all.
Yeah, you've been in it from the beginning practically, thank God.
I'm Silvia. Hello. I also came on board with Stand in the Park in March of this year and loved it from the get-go. And I'm here now because I rang up Brady and I was like, hey, mate, you need an Instagram account. And he was like, well, do it. And so, yeah, here we are now.
And you've been doing a lot more than just the Instagram page since then.
Yes.
A hell of a lot more. But yeah, so this is about the Stand in the Park outreach. Obviously, stands have been doing all kinds of outreach for months now, which is amazing. All kinds of stuff going on. We've got placard groups, we've got people leafleting en masse, people
food banks, seed savers, seed swaps, everything.
So much stuff, building the community, really getting out there. But what we
really amazing stuff coming in, like in the group, just, you know, the amazing stuff that the stands are doing is just fantastic to see it just evolving the way it has over the past sort of months.
But we do still get emails from people saying what else can they do, which is where this outreach program has come from.
Yeah, it's kind of, we're at a unique point now, I think, in this timeline, because what we're finding now, and this seems to be all around the world, is people that have really gone along with this the whole way along are now, with the introduction of the vax passports, they've put the brakes on and are looking around and saying, hang on a minute, this is what I signed up for.
Show us your papers. No way.
It's taken on a whole new perspective for people. So what we're finding is, like you mentioned, Silvia, earlier when we were having a chat before this, at the rallies, for example, you've got loads of people who are double jabs coming along, and we've had the same thing, haven't we, Sam, over here? And we didn't have this before, so it's like this window of opportunity to reach the people who are at that point where they're saying, hold on, I've gone this far but no further.
Yeah.
So this particular kind of outreach, we've got two, so I'll just have a quick chat about the first one, and then Sam, who's heading up the second one, can tell everyone about that. But just briefly, it's kind of like the stands in the city that people have already been doing, but it's very much kind of tailor-made to those people that are just questioning, rather than preaching to the converted or being really kind of confrontational out there with the boards and stuff, which is all wonderful, but it's a different kind of audience that's targeted at. It's really kind of just very gently getting into those conversations with people, being very aware that this is all very new to them. They're only just starting to prick up their ears and question. And we're really just letting them know that we exist. We're there if they've got questions, if they've got things that they'd like to talk about with friends and family, it's just a no-go. We're there. We're letting them know who we are, where they can find us, really that this is all about freedom. We're not getting into conspiracy theory, even though we know it's conspiracy facts. You know, we're not bombarding people with terrifying facts and figures and telling them what's in the jab that, come on, they've already had. So that's not going to be the way to kind of win them over. It's really just getting those numbers, of which there are many now, who have gone along and are now at last saying, whoa, this is taking a direction that I am not on board with. I'm getting freaked out here. Where do I go? Who can I talk to? So it's
really reassuring, because even people who've had the 2 jabs, then they're coming to the rallies and they're saying, I've had the jabs, but I chose to do that, and I think you should have the choice to do what you want. But as FiFi was saying, we're not, if people in the chat earlier, you know, if people aren't allowed to go to the shops, they're not allowed to go to cafes, you know, if they can't go with their child to the hospital, that is not a choice any longer.
No, exactly. There's no choice there at all. And it's really alarming to people to see, like I said, the direction this is heading, with a completely segregated society, and it's outright discrimination. And there are many, many people who they've had the jab for their reasons. You know, we can't judge. It's very easy to rant and rave, but everyone's at different points of their journey in this. And you know, they've made their decision, but they're not wanting everyone to have that forced on them. There are many, many, many of us that do value freedom. They've made their choice, but they don't want to see other people's choices taken away from them. So that's kind of the inroads here. This whole conversation around vax passports isn't massively controversial, I don't think, compared to, you know, if you're getting into adverse reactions and all of those things, that can be very polarizing, because you get the whole anti-vax label, no matter how unjustified. It's very easy to just stamp that on you. But what we're talking about is a fundamental loss of an erosion of freedoms here, that this is the point where people are on both sides coming together. So that's the focus, really. It's all in the pack. So you've got the aims and the goals of this outreach. You've got tips and advice on how to broach things. We've got the resources, so flyers and, you know, different information things that people can hand out. So yeah, it's all there, really. But aside from the community aspect, where we're looking to get people to the stands and just to know that they've got that support network, we are looking at really making a big impact on the businesses, particularly independent businesses. Situation. So that's what Sam's been working on. Over to you. Oh, we've lost.
Oh no.
We've lost. Is it another technical error? We've got either time or the sound has gone again. Oh, shut up.
Oh my goodness.
Oh God, right. I'm gonna have to.
Do we start again? Okay.
Okay. So yeah, I think it's very important that we reach out to local businesses to try and get them to join the pushback, because essentially we all need to stand together to try and get a message across that this, you know, we're not happy about having this in our society, and I think businesses can lead the way in doing that and provide perhaps the most powerful resistance in terms of getting that message to the people that are making the policies. So the idea of the business outreach will be running an email campaign alongside visiting as many kind of local independent businesses as possible, to just engage in discussions about what these things potentially mean for their business, in terms of cost, in terms of revenue, in terms of data protection, and hopefully what the idea is to get them to join up to the fantastic initiative that was started by Anna Breeze with the Against Vaccine Passports. If we can get a massive database of businesses on there, it sends a very clear message to the government. I know that's going from strength to strength at the moment. They're getting a lot of new businesses joining up every day. So yeah, hopefully getting businesses to join there, signing the Together Declaration and making their concerns known to the MPs. Within the pack, there will be a template letter for the email, which is there for you to use, or obviously, you know, if you want to write your own one, we won't be won't be offended. But yeah, there's also some leaflets. There are posters that businesses can place up in their windows saying we do not discriminate against race or anything else, but includes the vaccination status. There's some tips and advice within the pack for how to approach these conversations and sort of make the most of these interactions, and hopefully get a lot of businesses on side and come at this from that angle as well.
We've seen a similar thing happen here in Australia. There's a actual Google Maps where people can log their business into it to say that they won't discriminate. Because let's be real, how are the police going to, you know, enforce this legislation or anything like that? If a business owner is allowing any people to come in, then I want to know and I want to support that business. So if they're there, you know, if they put themselves hand up saying, I'm not going to discriminate, well, they're going to get the business, aren't they?
We are seeing that over here with Against Vaccine Passports, and definitely within the freedom community. You've got awakened pages where you've got awakened businesses connecting them to awakened customers, and there's the idea of the protest pound, which is coming away from these big businesses that won't, you know, give a second thought to discriminating, and actually giving your money to businesses that are willing to stand up for rights and for humanity and for, you know, what obviously we all believe is the right thing to do. And it's really picking up speed, and I think, you know, businesses really will benefit from signing up to these initiatives. They will find themselves getting a lot more custom.
Yeah. A lot of people who've lost their jobs are starting businesses too. Do you know what I mean? And it's part of the community's role to support that.
We've seen with the cinema in Swansea over here in Wales, a huge outpouring of support because they refused, or she refused actually, the owner, to discriminate. And of course they tried to close her down, and you know, it's become this whole thing. And yeah, just the level of support. It's actually a really savvy business decision to make. Not discriminate. It is, I think. We're a very loyal bunch. If we know, oh, that's a business that's on our side, they're going to have loads of us flooding in, wanting to support them.
And the crowdfunder, I think, it's gone in excess of £50,000 now in order to support her from obviously the loss of revenue within that closure for 28 days to cover her costs. She's a single mum with 2 kids. So there are people kind of really wanting to support her for doing the right thing. I think it's a really important message to get out there.
I agree. A lot of the businesses here, there, around the world have done it really, really hard this year. And some of them are hanging on, like, you know, by the skin of their teeth.
Yeah.
So now to be forced, like in Queensland, December 17th is our day for when segregation day, you know, and we need to be ready for that day so we know who to support.
Yeah. So we're kind of like, we're attacking from all angles, but when I say attacking, I mean, we're obviously very peaceful and calm with it. But yeah, I mean, it's really, taking this on from all aspects. And, you know, at the centre of it all, you've got the stands, which is, you know, it's where things spring forth from.
Yeah. Oh, I get to say my analogy.
Do your analogy.
I want to say my analogy. Like the stands are like the fertile little dirt patch, and, you know, the little flowers and mighty trees that grow from it. You know, it depends what you plant in it, and anything can grow from it.
Yeah, and it does. Like, oh, so many sounds.
Yes.
It's a lovely analogy. We like that one.
I think the message is that, you know, a lot of people do think, you know, well, what can I do on my own? But obviously, when you attend to Stand in the Park, there are just so many like-minded people that you can come together. And the message really is, you know, we are powerful on our own, but we are more powerful in numbers. And attending the Stand in the Park allows you to meet those like-minded people, share ideas, set up initiatives, and take action as well. And obviously that's the idea of the outreach pack, to try and give you a little bit of guidance, some resources to help you do that if you want to get out there and start sort of being a bit more active in your local community.
Well, I have to say, one of my favorite aspects of outreach is I think it gives people a channel for their anger. Like, you know, anger is a valid emotion. There's a lot to be angry about, but we can't just be yelling and throwing sticks and stones, can we? We need to be able to channel our anger into, you know, positive action, which is what we're kind of doing with the outreach.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, certainly for me, my biggest concern is the life that I've got two very young children, and you know, watching the world evolve and what kind of life are they going to have if we end up completely segregated. You know, we've seen in Europe that even places like swimming pools, cinemas, theme parks, all the kind of fun things that kids want to do, we may find ourselves being excluded from. So for me, rather than sitting there and thinking, you know, this is terrible, I am trying to channel my energy into doing something positive with the Stand in the Park, with the outreach, to do what I can to try and leave a better world for my children.
100%. Yeah, absolutely. That's what we're striving for, really, isn't it?
Absolutely.
Yeah. Good. So the link to the packs will be below. And what we
above, actually, it'll be above this.
It'll be somewhere. And we can also send out PDF to people who want to maybe print it off, so you've got something to refer to. And what we really love is to get your feedback, because this is kind of a work in progress. So undoubtedly the outreach will kind of evolve as well. You know, there'll be things that work really well, maybe some that don't. And so we really, really value your feedback, your success stories. It's what kind of feeds us, keeps us going, inspires us. So do get in touch. Also, any questions, you can get in touch with either of us for the UK at the admin email address, admin@standinthepark.org, or you can contact stands@standinthepark.org. Silva, I guess you'll be doing your own kind of outreach stuff for Australia. We're in different kind of situations with where we're at. But I know
we'll be we'll be doing it for Australia, and then it will probably, any questions and stuff, we've got a great team working on anzac@standinthepark.org, or you can email me, Silvia, @standinthepark.org. The main thing is, you know, get in touch, really.
Yeah, we're here for you. So good stuff, ladies. So yeah, we look forward to hearing from you soon. Let us know what you think, and yeah, take care.
Bye.